Alrighty guys, welcome back to the Best Investing Money Management channel on YouTube. In today's video, we are going to be talking about is now the best time to buy in the market. Everybody likes to always say buy low, sell high, but how can you know for sure that you are getting in on these lows to capture the upward buying pressure that the market has to offer? So for me, I use a couple of indicators to help ensure that I'm getting in near and around support, near and around good price zones, near and around proven history that we've seen buying pressure. So the very first indicator that I want to show you guys is something called a PE ratio, also known as a price to earnings ratio. So for me, anytime the S&P 500 PE ratio is underneath a 15 represents a good opportunity to buy in, because it has proven track record that anytime it's under 15, we get buying pressure near and around there pretty soon. So you'll notice that right now we're actually sitting at an 18.5, meaning that the general market could sell off a little more before we get some buying pressure. And if we actually go back and we look at some of these dips, right, we saw this major dip down. It wasn't underneath a 15, it was probably at a 19, but it was trading for about a 25. 2008, we had this major dip down, huge buying pressure, sold off, right? This major dip all the way down in here, right? If we go back and we look at the 70s were a terrible time, getting absolutely ton of sell-off. Really went from about 20 all the way down to underneath a 10 on the price to earnings. Another thing that I like to look at is something called the RSI. The RSI is also known as the Relative Strength Index. This determines if the market or stock or whatever you're looking at is overvalued, undervalued, or anything in between. So right now, if we actually go ahead and we look at it, it's looking like it's trading at about a 23. Now for me, anytime it's underneath a 20, that represents a good opportunity to buy in, because this means that the stock, ETF, or whatever you're looking at has sold off to an undervalued zone. So given, I definitely think we'll probably get a little more sell-off from about 3,600 all the way down to probably about 35 to 3,400. And right near and around there, we will see this 200 moving average line start curling its way up. And hopefully we can use some of that as support. Not to mention, there's no indication that the market is going to recover anytime soon, to be honest. And the reason why that is because the Fed is hiking interest rates of about 0.75, meaning people are not going to want to take out loans right now just because of how high these rates are. So meaning we will see a slowdown in loans, meaning houses, meaning cars. So everything, just the general economy will start slowing down. And historically, when that happens, we just get more sell-off. So I definitely think a good opportunity to start buying, if you haven't already, is near and around probably this $3,500 to $3,400 mark, because of the price to earnings, the PE ratio, and that 200 moving average line. So for me, I definitely think if you're trying to find the peak bottom, I would hold off a little bit more. But if you're somebody that's dollar cost averaging, just continue to invest, right? Continue to invest $100, $200, $300 a week into this, because you understand that the long-term outlook for the market is extremely large, right? Investing in the U.S. economy, yes, there's ups and downs, but as long as you have that long-term outlook, you'll be okay. And I definitely think that's the approach I have, is just continue to invest, whether the market's going up, down, consolidating, and let this thing ride. But overall, answering that question of should you try to buy it right now, I definitely think if you're looking for that one lump sum of buying that peak bottom, hold off a little bit, but also don't forget this: time in the market is better than trying to time the market. Have that long-term outlook and you guys will be okay. But other than that, I am all set. We will see you guys later. Remember to stay happy, guys, stay positive, and stay safe out there. Take care.